What's up, Alphas? It's your boy, Alphas LMA, and it's SmackDown, April 11th, 2025, where we break down what happened on SmackDown, as well as give our WrestleMania predictions and rate the card for Saturday and Sunday, because I don't know about Saturday. We're going to get into it, though. I am, of course, joined with the Monray Hudson. How you doing, Monray?
Yo, it's your boy, Monray Hudson. The one, the only, the man, myth, and legend, ready to destroy all of your WrestleMania hopes and dreams.
And this is the 10-year, well, technically April 9th was the 10-year anniversary of the channel, formerly Overall 99, formerly Overall 99 Media, now Keep It 99. So it's the 10-year anniversary. And tomorrow I will probably do a show, but that's the show. But this is about wrestling, so let's get into it. And I got a surprise from Murray.
Oh my God.
Monray's always got something to say. Casting looks, throwing shade every single day. He's got opinions, but he's missing the proof. Judgment on lock, but never spitting the truth. Keep it 99, no time for lies. We're living big while they criticize. Stay in your lane, don't cross my vine. They want 100, but I'll keep it 99. Zelmay runs the game, she's the CEO. Breaking barriers while hosting the show. She's got the power, got the name in lights. Commanding the room, shutting down the fights. Keep it 99, no time for lies. We're living big while they criticize. Stay in your lane, don't cross my vine. They want 100, but I'll keep it 99. Monray's always got so win to see. Goskin looks throwing shade every single day. He's got opinions, but he's missing the proof. Judgment, fall, heckle. Keep it 99, no time for lies. We're living big while they criticize. Stay in your lane, don't cross my vine. They want 100, but I'll keep it 99. Unique, pulling up with the news and tea. Gossip on blast for the world to see. Spotting secrets like a hawk in flight. Dropping stories that'll keep us up all night. Monray, fix the tone, you're too uptight. Zelmay's boss moves, always taking flight. Unico's got receipts, he's ready to share. Keep it 99, cause we're already rare.
Keep it 99, Murray.
I am offended. Give me a second. I am offended.
They ain't gonna be the official one, but that was a funny one I thought just for this episode. What's it good? They called me a she. I got upset about it, but it was funny enough. I still kept it. One time called me a she. You was offended, Monte.
Very, because I come with proof besides the things I say. I don't just say outright bland random crap and just have no kind of evidence behind it. Like blasphemy. Don't put that into the minds of the wrestling fandom out here.
Listen, listen. I tried to change the lyrics, but hey, I said they know Monterey, and they not gonna let it go.
I'm out here throwing shade. I ain't throwing no shade, bro. I shoot straight shots. I don't throw shade.
I ain't gonna. That's not the official song, but I do adore. I love that hook though. That hook was fire.
Craziness.
I do love the hook. But let's get into SmackDown and the WrestleMania card because I know people got things to do. It's late at night. First up,
Yes.
we gonna start out with what happened before the show. Charlotte jumps Tiffany as she get out of her Mitsubishi, apparently. And she jumps and throws into the car. And ultimately, she gets kicked off the show and suspended for a week. So that would happen pre-show. All right, how you feel about that? Because the crowd actually gave a reaction to them tonight off the train wreck of last week.
Oh boy. Uh, this the Charlotte Tiffy stuff. This will be real. It's gotten messy, and it's messy in a good and bad way. So I think at this point, WWE's trying to steer it in a on site. I hate you kind of beef, but
It's 1 week on the show.
like yeah, like they don't really have the time to build it that way, and they can, but they can't really modify the match, to sort of symbolize it. Like it's hard because they're gonna go from 0 to 100, but the only way that the story makes sense is if you acknowledge the messiness that came out in real life, and they don't want to do that. So it's
Well, they
like we're
kind of
trying
did
to.
with saying we took it off the air. We gave they Charlotte's been suspended, but they try to paint it as both, so they don't acknowledge it, but they kind of do.
Like you suspended Charlotte, but I'm like, why did you suspend Charlotte? That's the weird part about it. Even that, why suspend Charlotte? It wasn't her fault.
It was she started. If you read
Tiffany, no,
the report,
Tiffany went low first.
no, I'm talking about it started because she went off script and then started mocking her, and she been going off script for like weeks.
So you're talking about Charlotte.
So like in her 2 promos before they said she been going off script, and they kind of felt like Tiffany got tired of it, so they're like okay. But apparently she got a little heat too. They neither one of them like bad heat according to this report I saw from Wrestling Observer. But
I said, yeah, you suspended for a week, so you gave Tiffany, basically a throwaway match. I hate it was against Roxanne Perez. So I'm like, you gonna use somebody that's actually gaining steam coming from NXT, and you're just gonna waste her against Tiffany. Like this,
that was a good match.
it's just
They got history, so it's always that.
it's always the decisions that are weird. Like to be honest, you didn't have to give Tiffany a match at all. She didn't need one. Like y'all could just had the attacking segment and said she got suspended and just you didn't have to show Tiffany at all after that. Like you just like, okay, she got attacked, Starlight got suspended, keep going. You didn't even have to do anything, but yet you want to give her a squash match, and I call not really a squash match. Like yeah, Roxanne competed and it was a solid match, but just it wasn't needed. Like just it don't really help either case. Because Roxanne, you're trying to build her up to be able to get better. So having her take useless losses don't really make a difference. And Tiffany, just don't do anything for Tiffany. So it's just like,
I like how
man.
bad, like, I don't know, Roxanne on the show. That's who I was supposed to go again. Why is
No, like that's
she
the
was
beef they were building up anyway. But like, you know what? Never mind.
she
We
was
ain't gonna talk
taking
about
like,
this.
she was basically take off. I guess Becky Lynch didn't make it back in time.
I
And
say it's
the
just
other thing to do, so she
whatever.
took Roxanne off Bailey because they needed somebody for what's the name to beef with for a little bit. But it's interesting. Well,
I say it's
we already talked about it, man, so we ain't gonna go over it again. But I think it's interesting. By the way, next week we will do. Monterey will be hosting the show. Keep it in there when we talk about the booking and we decide on how each
oh,
book.
we grading the bill
Yeah, we
for
graded.
every one of these WrestleMania matches. We are grading the bills. They gonna go from A to F because ain't none of these build ups in S rank. Let's go ahead and keep it a bean. So it's gonna be from A to F. Even the Cena versus Cody one, because unfortunately Cena is just not available every week. Though that may change next week. He might get pushed to the S with this surprise showing on Friday. We will see. But it's
It's
just oh
hard.
y'all ain't
It's
gonna like
hard.
some of
The
these names.
last year's WrestleMania bill with The Rock was incredible. So
Yes. It was incredible because it was off script, basically. So that's the thing they get from me. It
The
was
Rock beat
incredible
that
because
man
it
in
was
the
off script.
rain talking about Mama Rhodes was epic.
But like it was off script. So because of that, it probably was like top tier because everything was unplanned, basically.
And then I don't know, whenever The Rock just in his bag and starts doing Mama Rhodes and start beating them in the rain that was epic.
And we go from last year to this.
We had one good promo battle and then I don't know what it was. We'll talk about it next week. It's not this show. But we start off with
Yeah.
Nick Aldis in the ring talking to Randy Orton. He instructed Randy to maintain his professionalism. Randy said he's gonna get them WrestleMania one way or the other. And if Nick Aldis got to put on his boots and dress up, he gonna have to do it. Solo comes out. I don't care about anything happening at that. He did do the yeah at the time, which he did a good job at. And then we get a match between LA Knight. They tried to jump him. LA Knight helps. We get the match later on for the main event. It wasn't much to this. Mario, you got it.
am so possibly disappointed. And I'm saying possibly because if they really give Randy Orton this match against Solo Sikoa, bro, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, please dang that throw the show away. Like,
He does not have a match listed on the card, but he
no, he
said
does not. So what I'm hoping they do instead is like possibly add him to the United States title match, make it a triple threat. That's what I was thinking that they might go along. 'Cause I think I suggested that either in like chats or something. I said that would be a decent way to put him in. They just put him in that match because he does have history with the bloodline. He never technically got his get back
and he
because when he
beat
got put
LA
out by
Knight.
the
So
yeah, like he never. Cause I think when he got hit with that triple power bomb and supposedly quote unquote missed time, he came back and then immediately went against Gunther randomly, and then came back and tried to separate Cody and Kevin Owens. So he never really got to get back on them anyway. So you could put him in that match and it would, it could still make some sense. But just one on one against Solo, look, I'm sorry, but don't do that. Please don't do that. My God, like this main event was already like just pretty basic run of the mill main event. People get to beefing early. All right, you're gonna make y'all a tag match later, which I'm not mad at. They should do more of that with main event card people, but whatever. So I'm not mad at it. It was pretty just basic, cut and dry. Although we did get to see the greatness of Jacob's athleticism with all these moonsaults. So I'm cool with that. Build up a little bit of heat for the extra stuff. Not mad at it. Still waiting to see what they do with the Solo and him situation. But it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. It was pretty run of the mill basic. So I'm not gonna complain.
they're hitting at a bunch of stuff. I don't know which one. Nick Aldis kind of makes sense because he keeps every time he see him, he like RKO's him because he's been trying to bait him in a. To be fair, he's been trying to bait him to get back in the ring for like 2 years. Remember the fine thing? This is gonna be for the.
Yeah,
I gave
why
you
I
more
say I
money
gave you
because it's
extra.
gonna be for the next one. So he been baiting him like the whole time because Nick Aldis is the hard general manager who don't let stuff play. So he kind of been like, I'm gonna do what I want. So we'll see if he does that. That makes a little sense too. And then he's like, Randy's upset that he don't have a match, so Nick Aldis is the one he gonna take it out on after he been RKOing him for a year randomly. Unfortunately, like I said, that's one thing I do give him a little. Some of it's been hard because some people been randomly injured, and like Kevin Owens' injury. Murray said something the other day. I thought about it when he was bringing up Kevin Owens, and he was like, "Why is Kevin Owens just doing this random thing?" Well, he has to have neck surgery, and they wasn't quite sure if he was gonna have to have it, so they didn't want him to do nothing physical. So I'm like, oh, that messed up the build for it. So that's why. So that was
Like
unfortunate.
because of the
That
injury, we're
build,
gonna mostly give that a pass.
yeah, that build right there is a pass because Kevin Owens been doing amazing work, and then all of a sudden it just stopped.
Because he said he's been dealing with it for months. So I mean, it does make sense that okay, I can't really do nothing major because I don't know what's going on with it. So I'm not. They're gonna get a pass anyway. I'm not gonna give them a pass depending on what they do with Randy going forward. But as far as their match beat, they're gonna get a pass because of it.
And then he had in the last week because I think he said he found out Tuesday before last Friday. So that means you got to figure out a whole other feud in like 2 weeks because Randy cannot be off the card. So
no, like I said, they got two. They got the way they booked them into this. They got two choices. They didn't have them go one on one with Solo, which would be the horrid choice, or they can just throw them in the U.S. title match, which would be a solid choice.
Or just a mid choice that Nick Aldis.
I mean, I've seen people even suggest online they could have given them like, and I know we're not trying to spiral from the mirrors, but I've even seen people online say they could have given them like an open challenge, just have them do an open challenge.
I
Have
kind of
some
want maybe have
like,
Aleister Black come back get a hell of a match because people be hyped to see.
so, I mean, you got some TNA people you could throw against them. They'll be just straight fire if they just threw it in there. They got a partnership and they don't use it. So who knows?
All they gotta do is go out there and be like, "I'm gonna have a match. Somebody's coming out here."
Yeah, just like an open. They could do an open challenge, and he can just go out there and
Jeff
you
Hardy.
can pull. I've seen Jeff Hardy, but I ain't gonna lie. Jeff Hardy is what like 48 right now. Don't do that. But if you just wanted to go out there and just there's plenty of people in
Goldberg.
There's plenty of people in TNA you can put them against. God, no, not Goldberg.
Jeff Hardy in TNA. Him and Matt, they TNA.
Yeah, he's on TNA. I don't want Jeff. Like if Jeff Hardy was like maybe a few years younger, fine. Jeff Hardy right now, nah, don't do it. Don't do it. Especially because like whoever they
crowd, it'll be something for the crowd.
Especially to be fair, whoever they book against Randy's gonna win anyway in it. So I don't really want Jeff Hardy like that. So You know,
It'd be a nice pop for the crowd. The crowd would lose their
it
mind.
would be a nice pop, and then just man,
The
we're gonna
match,
see a whisper in the wind. It don't look like a whisper in the wind. I'm like, I
the
don't
match
want to do
probably
that.
won't be
Don't,
great. Hopefully, but you can do it for one night.
who?
I said you can do it for one night.
We'll
But
see. We'll see what they come up with. I'm pretty sure they should still have a surprise or two in
they'll
WrestleMania, but we'll see what they do at this
shaming
point.
man.
All right, what's the next thing that happened on SmackDown?
Next thing up, we got the gauntlet match, which was pretty much Bailey and Lyra being the most
It's
obvious choice I've
exactly
ever
what we
seen.
expected.
I don't know. I don't like them going first because they basically beat every team that's available to
Yeah,
face.
like you let this be Maxine's debut, and Lyra and Bailey just destroy everybody. Look, I don't understand it at this point. I really don't, because you had a pretty easy. I don't get why some matches are just not on their
That could
card, but
just
we'll
be
we'll
insane.
talk about that more next week. Because instead of booking it to where Bailey just turns because him and Lyra lose, you book it to where they win, and now they're gonna have a tag
They
match
won't
next week.
Lyra. They won't live versus a name, and the only name available will be Bailey.
Like
Unfortunately,
they're not even gonna be at Mania though. So like, what's the point?
yeah, it's
They're
gonna
not
be.
gonna win.
Yeah, they ain't gonna win, but
They're
you
not
might
gonna win.
might get the heel turn too, or whatever. But
Yeah, like you're gonna get the heel something. But to me, you could have just got the heel. I guess, like you
they
said, they
won't.
want
Like I said, they won't live to have a name to go against. Because
they
I'm
want to have a
sorry,
name. So
look at the rest of the people. I'm sorry, they not gonna do a build with Liv versus. You put Liv and Bailey side by side, but okay, that could be made. You put Machine, I love you, B-Fab, y'all starting now, but that ain't gonna work. Katana and Caden, y'all are the best tag team, but they don't know you. Maxine, this your debut. Y'all wasn't gonna win. Shane and Zoe start, they don't even give y'all a reaction, unfortunately. Y'all should, by the way, y'all are amazing talent, but y'all have been disservice. Alba and Piper just got their team started, and they had the best showing in this match. But it was gonna be Liv and Baylin. Everybody on Earth knew they had to be at Mania because I'm sorry, no other name would live up to Liv and Raquel at Mania. And so they
like
had to
you know how weird it's gonna be. Like to me, I'm saying, you know how weird it's gonna be next week. They have their match on Friday Night Smackdown, right? And then they lose, and then Bailey's gonna turn on her,
Oh, that match at
and then
Mania.
it's gonna be,
That match is at
is
Mania.
that man?
Yeah, that match is on Mania.
Oh,
That's why I said they won them at Mania.
okay. In that way, yeah. I thought they wasn't gonna have it on Mania, but okay, they threw it on Mania. All right, fine. We accept it because even though we basically know everything's gonna happen, we accept it. Fine. It'll at least be a solid match, so I'm not mad at it. It's gonna be a solid match, hopefully.
They actually had the order. I think they had the order of the card, but I'm not sure. But no, it don't. They don't get the order. But
They
next
have the
up,
days.
of course they won because it's the most obvious choice I've ever seen in my life to win. Then we had Damian Priest come out, walk backstage, got jumped. They made the match official, a Sin City street fight, which will be an amazing match to end a feud that was hindered simply because we felt like Drew was owed more.
I
This is
mean, let's just be fair. This match don't have no real story. It's just okay. I'm mad. I'm gonna beat on you. All right, fine. I'm gonna beat on you too. Let's just be real. This match don't have no kind of story to it. It's just senseless
it does
violence
have a
with
story.
two giant people, and I'm not
The
mad at
one
it. No,
person that benefited from the bloodline and everybody screwing and CM Punk screwing Drew has always been Damian Priest. He
like,
is
I get it. Like, I
he's
get you
there
gave a bit of
every
a
time.
story, but just let's be fair. Like, nobody really cares about the story at this point. Everybody just cares about the senseless violence, which I'm cool with the
Which
senseless
is going to be
violence.
very violent. Which
I
is
am cool with the senseless violence. I promise you, I'm cool with it. I'm just letting you be fair. Nobody cares about the story of this at this point. Like it's just like, okay, yeah, you benefited of it. And then, but when you actually look at it, it's like, okay, but did Damien really benefit? At this
yes,
point,
he
no.
won the
But
championship though.
oh
And
yeah, back then, but right now, no, not really. Back then, sure, he
he
got a
beat him in the
championship
Royal
run,
Rumble.
and
He
now
beat him
no.
in Elimination Chamber. And Drew, like, I'm tired of your shit.
It's like yeah, like you can say you beat him in the end, but Damien hasn't
Drew got to
benefited
win this,
from it
by
because
the way. And
oh, yeah, he does.
I'm still upset that they haven't hyped up that Damian Priest hasn't lost since November.
Like
Like that's his
they're
game.
definitely going to have. Like, let me be fair. Drew got to win. He better win. Drew cannot lose this
Oh
match.
yeah, Drew
Not a
got
mania.
it.
He got to win because he's my number one choice for who they're probably gonna have go against Jay once they won't finish it. Well, no, he's on SmackDown, so He might go. Nah, he's not gonna go against John. Dadgummit, I don't know what they're gonna do with Drew. I'm not even gonna get into that. I'll get into that next week.
Yeah,
But like I said, it's gonna be fine. I'm cool with the senseless violence. I think it'll be a nice mid-show one to get people hyped into the violence stuff like that. Maybe night one midway through something like that, or maybe even night two midway through something like that. But cool,
it's night two.
it's
By
fine.
the way, every good match basically on almost on night two.
God damn it, they ain't
Technically,
even spread out evenly.
match wise, it's night two.
Oh, let's finish SmackDown before you go into that. We can go into
Okay.
that as well
Humberto versus Ray Phoenix in a crazy, insane, fun match. Yo, Ray Phoenix has been fun to watch. Like,
It saddens me sometimes that all of those wrestlers don't get the shine time and opportunity they deserve. Because that match was actually very entertaining.
it's the
Even
worst.
though it was just like feeding for Ray Phoenix, but it was actually entertaining.
Yeah, Humberto had a great showing. People was on Blizz on Twitter like, I forgot he could wrestle like that because he doesn't get
Yes,
time
a
like that.
bunch of them can. They just don't be giving them that time. Like they all bundle them together in these bad factions.
And then Santo Escobar is like one of the best wrestlers in the world. And Andrade is,
And he actually is solid on the mic, but we don't pay you to talk. We
but the
just pay you to
story
get
looks
smart.
like it's gonna get interesting. Unfortunately, it's not gonna be Mania season that we get to that story.
Nah, they probably gonna have them turn on each other. That's like, okay, we'll see.
Santos is congratulating Ray Phoenix. Andrade is talking to Humberto after the match, saying he do better. So we look like we got a interesting situation. Roxanne Perez is in the back talking to getting ready to talk to Nick Aldis because she is saying since people don't want to act right, she will replace them at Mania if given the opportunity. So she says because Tiffany and Charlotte don't know that. Tiffany comes up, gets mad. I'll handle you tonight. Next up is Chelsea Green and Zelina Vega. They did like a little funny little skit that Chelsea likes to do.
Just get
Probably
rid of the title at this point, bro.
just
Please.
probably to
That's,
sell them. The matches on NXT are way better and entertaining. I don't know why it's not on it. Like I don't know why it
because like
gets so love, but
you don't
SmackDown.
defend the belt you made on SmackDown. On SmackDown, like I've already told you, but and then tonight's match made me lose respect for Chelsea Green because the way she was booked for this match just did not give me any kind of respect for her. It
Yeah,
was just
she's
like
not on SmackDown. She's a joke character on NXT. She's a champion, still a joke
uh,
character, but still a champion.
I just don't like none of this entire match. Okay, you came out, was trying to
I
beat
don't
down
know why don't
Zelina,
they
all
see
that
that
kind of
though.
stuff, and then just throw her in and get wrung out. Like what kind of build is that? What kind of respect are you building for your
Since this ain't
champion when
on
you don't
Mania,
even
we can
have her
talk
be on
about it.
SmackDown seriously? It's
Like
so wild,
since
bro.
our match ain't on WrestleMania, we can talk about it because it probably be SmackDown next week or the next SmackDown.
Well,
Why
next
don't
week they got that 3-on-3
Yeah,
6-man tag
it'll
match.
probably be the next week. But I got a question. Why don't they look at NXT and see how they build Chelsea Green where the crowd likes her and just does that?
Possibly because
Just look at your own
the
product
people
that you put her
the
on,
people
HBK, and book
possibly
her right.
possibly because they see it as competition and they don't want to admit that Sean books them way better. So they're like, okay, we're just gonna do it our way, and their way just doesn't work 9 times out of 10, and they just don't want to admit that. So they see it as competition instead of working together.
NXT is
Because
literally
Sean booked all of this, bro, this entire card will be different.
NXT unanimously known as the best women's division because the way they all look when they wrestle. They all look amazing. Even random wrestlers who mess up, like is it Dane, look incredible until she messes up, of course. But this is like her 6 month wrestling or a year wrestling on team, so
Mm.
it happens sometimes. Next up, we have the Naomi and Jade Cargill section, which is them some good promo. They do a great job of them one shot like look at and
I
then the
was actually happy with it.
what's that?
I was happy with the. I was actually happy with the promos. I watched Naomi. I was like, okay, this is the first quote unquote threatening, menacing type of promo ish thing I've seen from Naomi. That I really would. I was like, okay, I'm really happy with it. And then of course Jay gave her a reply, but I was really happy with it. I wish that they would do that kind of promo with more people. Like I don't.
They
Maybe
do a good
John's
job with
schedule
it.
don't work out. Like maybe John's schedule doesn't allow him to do some of those. Like if John did one of those promos, oh my god, it was slay. Instead of having to have Cody come out in like 3 to 4 different weeks by himself, try to talk up the crowd and keep the beat going alive. Like if John just had like one or two of those, God, it would kill. But like, if I liked how they do some of those because some people actually don't really get the opportunity to come out there on the mic and speak or just to have that moment like that and just running those because those kind of promos were fire. You know, in like 1990's, early 2000s, you know, even 2010, they were fire when you just did promos like that. Like just TV promos, you can just rehearse and do well, and some people would talk and all that. Like, so Naomi's was really good. I was really happy with it. She showed some menacingness over it, cycling her attack on Jade from last week. I was cool with it. I'm really happy with it. Okay, like this is the type of stuff you can do without actually having to show them there. Like that promo that those two did just on the teleprompter was better than like half of the promos on SmackDown in person. It's so bad, but it was better than like half of them.
You know, speaking of, the next segment was the Cody Rhodes segment. I would like him. I would like for John Cena to cut a promo and touch, and then because if you listen to the promo Cody did, if John Cena would have ended the promo like "You'll never beat me," that promo would have made hit so much harder. Would have fired John Cena thing right before it, when he starts
So I'm
showing
saying
off.
like they did it.
Instead of
If
like
they
Cody
did like
just
one of
talking
them
to himself
before.
a lot, unfortunately, it does look like Cody just talking to about history and like he giving us history lesson on championships. And I'm like, let John Cena say something and then bleed into the promo. But I
You
don't
know
know.
the sad fact? You know the
Cena
sad
got an
fact?
HBO budget. They can do
Cody
something.
wasn't the one that should have did that promo tonight with all the championships. It should have been Cena
But
because
he
Cena's
just,
whole mentality, I'm burying the title, made way more sense for him to be surrounded by all the
that's why I say
titles
he
and
could
let
have
the
did
other
it
people do what
first
they do.
and then Cody go over the bills.
But yeah, like Cody want to come over, but like that's
Because
type
Cena
of
can't be
thing.
there. That's what I'm saying. Cena can't be there, so you had to do it
Yeah,
first.
it was just like it would have hit better, like but whatever. Cena will come back next week and he'll probably cook them, because that's gonna be their last promo before the show. So we say he probably cook them, but they're gonna try to protect Cody again. But I feel like because they gave Cena had to take the hit with the crossroads like last week. I feel like they might let Cena go over next week, which depending on how they do that is gonna really make me look at who gonna win that match. But whatever, we keep
Next up,
going.
next segment, we had the Street Profits backstage. They were talking about IWC Glazers and how they don't care about it, and the Motor City Machine Guns can all that they did for 20 years don't matter to them, and they gonna handle that next week because they the champs. Of course, you get Miz and Mello come over there and say they catch phrases and get off and say the fact that it ain't on Mania is a crime to them, which as Monte know that pisses me off because that should be the tag title that's on Mania.
Let's just go ahead and just keep
So
it
I'm
being
like,
with you, bro.
bringing it
It
on
is
just added more salt to me because I'm like, that's the only. It's been SmackDown's Monte. That's the only good thing about SmackDown. What's the tag matches?
bro. Let's just keep it a beam, bro. It is absurd that the four, and I say six, I'm gonna say six main titles. It is absurd that your six main titles are not all being defended on WrestleMania because six main titles, you got the Raw Heavyweight Championship, SmackDown's WWE Championship, both the Intercontinental and the United States titles, and then both tag titles. Bare minimum, those are six titles that should be defended over 2 days of WrestleMania. And y'all mean to tell me that for whatever reason, y'all chose not to defend the SmackDown tag team belts on Mania. Out of all things, you
The
chose not
good
to
one.
defend that belt.
The
You are
good.
defending the women's tag team belts on Mania through some last minute gauntlet match. But y'all have had beef with 3 to 4 tag teams for 3 months,
Banger
and
match.
y'all couldn't even put together a ladder match or tornado tag match, a tables match. I don't care how you swung it. There's no reason why the SmackDown tag titles shouldn't be defended. Y'all gonna defend it on SmackDown? Like, bro, we already know at this point y'all basically just trying to cross to the finish line. I get it, but there's no reason why you
You
don't
don't have
defend the
to.
freaking SmackDown. That
I
is
think that's
so
what one
dumb to
thing
me.
they get the crown to. Put everybody
Like,
that
that
been
is
going back
so
and forth.
dumb.
Humberto and Weston, I know they're doing Ray Phoenix thing, but so you could just replace them with Miz and Mello, and just all these teams, DIY, MCM, Street Profits, been going back and forth for 3 months.
Like,
Put them in a ladder
this was
match.
y'all chance to try to reinvent the Dudleys versus the Hardys versus Edge and Christian at WrestleMania. This was your opportunity to try to get some of that magic back. Not go the whole thing, but they could have got some of that magic back because y'all had 3 teams that's been going at it and trading the belts for the better
with
part of 3 months,
great matches,
and
great
y'all had chose at the show of the Immortals to not defend them. So that means your tag team belts aren't even going to get any kind of luster or praise or promo or build or anything at Mania. That is idiotic. I don't understand it. It's idiotic to me. Like this, so dumb. Like the SmackDown tag team actually ever since Motor City Machine Guns joined the show and actually got the belts and they've been going back and forth with DIY and like it and then the Street Profits and everything.
all
Like
good
it's
money too.
actually been good.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And
It's always
you
the only thing that's been good on SmackDown. The only thing that
and
was good.
you don't defend them. Like I'm sorry, bro. Like I told y'all. I done told y'all once. I'm gonna say it again right now. I done told y'all Triple H
We
is
can
the
talk
ass
about
of a
it because
booker.
it
I
on
done
the card.
told y'all. I done told y'all about that man ass of a booker, bro. This is ridiculous, bro. This is sad. It's sad, man. Go ahead, man. It's just
I'll
stupid.
tell you, no, I've been wanting a ladder match between them three teams for the longest because I'm like, that's
Like,
just
there's no reason why you shouldn't have had some kind of match that combines all three. Like, if you don't want to injure them all in a ladder match, fine. You could do tornado tag match. Throw them all in the ring together. Have them just tear each other apart. Whatever. But
Street
that's
probably worked
just
too hard
dumb.
to get over again to not have them at the
To
Mania.
not even be seen at Mania, bro.
Their whole
That's so
gimmick is
dumb.
over now. You see how the crowd reacts every week when they come? It's crazy.
It's so stupid, bro. It's so stupid. Go ahead. It's just dumb.
Then we got Roxanne Perez, Tiffany Stratton. Good match.
Yeah, we have to
Tiffany
watch.
won, but then Charlotte comes in street clothes, which I thought was really dope. They actually hinted that she was not supposed to be there by having street clothes. They had Wade Barrett interfere and said you could be fired for this, so they adding heat to it. And I'm like, it's getting good, but WrestleMania already here. It's here now. We had weeks of nothing. The crowd did not care, and then
And you know the the sad
they
thing
just
about
took
it,
it in their own hands
the
by saying,
hype for the match came when they went off script. So that means what WWE was booking for them literally just did not do the job, which is so crazy. But whatever.
and I'm not even saying it was good what they did, but it got me interested.
Yeah, it got you interested.
I'm like, oh, they
Like
hate
even
each
though
other.
like ain't nobody saying, bro, I promise you, what they should have done. Like I get they want to spin them and all that. What they should have did, because Ludwig ain't doing nothing anyway. Bro, just have him pop up on SmackDown one time, please. That's all they had to do, bro. If they had the man pop up on SmackDown one time, it'd have been beautiful. Oh my goodness.
The
Just
crowd was
have that
probably
man
hot
be
for
there.
this for the second. The 2 weeks, the last 2 weeks, the crowd been hot for this, and 1 week they just went off script completely and said, because they even released. Some people said they leaked the script and it was horrible. So somebody like, thank God they went off script.
I ain't surprised.
I'm like, maybe Tiffany and Charlotte, maybe they didn't, maybe it wasn't, maybe it was like, hey,
Bro,
let's
I ain't gonna hold you. I'm not even surprised at this point. We at the point now where
they
CM
put you
Punk and
like
Roman
they
don't even
just
show up on SmackDown anymore. So whatever.
they might be like, hey, look, they booking us like they just get us. Let's get over ourselves and just start saying crazy shit to each other.
And then it just got personal.
You know what I'm saying? Then now, it looks like Charlotte's gonna be a professional about it, so that means we're gonna get an amazing match.
Oh yeah, well, they match should be fire. It should be fire.
I was scared. I'm not gonna lie. I was frightened because Charlotte could go either way. She can shut down, or she give it a 5 star thriller, or she can shut down and give the worst match ever. She will do both.
Hmm.
So we gonna end the show before we get into WrestleMania predictions with the LA Knight and Randy Orton versus Solo Sikoa and Tama Tonga. This match did what it's supposed to do.
Yeah,
Solo and
pretty cut
Randy
and dry.
are fighting that crowd. LA Knight, of course, had to get the win over Tama Tonga to set up because you can't have a WrestleMania opponent losing to a non-WrestleMania opponent weeks before the show. And my boy Jacob Fatu hit like 30 moonsaults in a row. You like, how this big man can just sit there and keep doing this over and over again? Shout at him. He looks impressive. Show ends. It's an alright SmackDown. It didn't feel like a Mania SmackDown. But
No, like I said, these are the shows that they're just gonna be trying to get across to the finish line. Like Mania SmackDown might feel like next week because Cena's gonna be there, and we of course we're staking a lot on Cena, but Cena he is a promo guy and he does do the job. So we've taken a lot on Cena showing up by surprise next week. So that's one thing. And we'll have Roman show up on Raw next week. So we're gonna see how that goes. But they're trying to have the star power come in and carry him that last week. Because right now they're basically just trying to get across the best way they can. All right, what we looking at?
So we got the night one and night two. We're gonna do our predictions. Go over everything. Let me up the rate. Oh, that's we want this. There you go. So night one, we have. We gonna start. We gonna go from the bottom to top and then the top because it's worded different. But Gunther Jay Uso, who winning? What's going on?
Bro, we already know. Jay gonna win. It's gonna be horrible because it's gonna begin one of the most subpar title reigns we've seen in a while. But Jay gonna win in some stupid way because it's gonna be a whole bunch of super kicks all over the match. It's gonna be some splashes, two spears. I just, oh my gosh, I'm disgusted already at what I'm gonna have to force myself to watch. But unfortunately, we have to suffer through it because that's what WWE wants to push people that are like that. So we have it. Jay's gonna win. It's not really much else that we can accept at this point. If they went back against it and put Gunther, I would shout to the God. But it's not gonna happen. They're gonna win, unfortunately, and it's gonna be some stupid way. And it's like, well, here we are.
I think Gunther gonna win. I'm going with Gunther.
Well, I'm hoping you're right, but looking at WWE and how they dug this hole for themselves, Jay gonna win probably.
Next up, we got Charlotte Flair versus Tiffany Stratton. I think Tiffany Stratton pulls this out.
I've seen a lot of people try to go the other way and saying that they believe Charlotte's gonna win just because they really don't think, like, a bunch of different reasons. Charlotte's a WrestleMania woman. They don't think that she's gonna do anything other than win titles. They came back, let her win the Rumble, and the Rumble winner normally wins the belt. But because Tiffany's so new, I'm gonna go Tiffany wins it, and they're just using Charlotte to help put her over because
The
it would
crowd
be
hates Charlotte
really
because she doesn't change characters. She always wins.
yes,
Monte,
and so
she's already
it
Monte,
would
she's a
be really
15-time
really
world
rotten,
champion already, Monte.
but it would be really really rotten. And I use that word specifically. Like it would be ugly. Like it would sting if they really let Charlotte come back, win the Rumble, and win the belt immediately. They'd be like, bruh, you couldn't even let Tiffy enjoy the belt for like 3 months. Like it would be rotten if they let that happen. I don't think WWE's that bad. Like they're bad. I ain't gonna hold you. But I don't think they'd be that disgusting to bring her back and do this. So I'm thinking they're gonna let Tiffany swipe her over. It's going to definitely give her even, and she's already over with the crowd. But it'll give even a bigger boost on the crowd to get over this big opponent. Because the whole Nia Jax thing was really messy. So I'm gonna go with Tiffany. I'm gonna go with Tiffany anyway. If they let Charlotte win, it's gonna be ugly.
Especially just coming off like a surgery too. Oh, this would be weird.
Yeah,
LA Knight versus Jacob Fatu. Jacob Fatu has to win it.
bruh. Who cares? Who cares? But
You see what I'm talking about?
unfortunately,
That's how night
like
one
who
is
cares?
looking though.
Who cares? But I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. LA Knight, I think, is gonna retain solely because I think now I'm gonna judge it off of next week and stuff too if they do anything. I think LA Knight retains because I think they're still wanting to build that Solo versus Jacob. And because they didn't build it for Mania like I thought they would, so stupid. So because they didn't build it for Mania like I thought they would, I think they're gonna use Mania to build it. So that would mean that Solo has to botch it some kind of way for Jacob to lose. Because people want Jacob to get boosted and build up and all that kind of stuff, but I don't know if this is the way to do it because LA Knight just got the belt back himself. So I don't know if they're gonna switch it over that quick to Jacob. And then in what direction do you go? Because you've been building this Jacob versus Solo thing for the longest. But then again, they have dropped bloodline stories before, like the whole Solo eventually betraying Roman and hitting Jay and all that. They dropped that shit too. So, maybe they drop it, they just give it to Jacob. But I'm gonna go that they let LA Knight retain because I think Solo botches it some kind of way.
I think you can still get it, and then Solo don't like the fact that Jacob got a championship and he don't. You can still get the match.
Bro, Solo don't even got a win. He got one major win, and that was in the tag match against Roman. And, bro, he don't have a win, bro.
He did pin Cody. He is one of the few people. Only 3 people pin Cody this year. He is one of them.
I don't even care about this kind of stuff no more. When you're not a significant winner and nobody cares about you winning, bro. Your one empty win, and I say empty because it was like a match that didn't matter. One empty win against Cody don't matter. But whatever, let's keep going.
Rey Mysterio versus Grand Americano Chad
Who
Gable
cares?
is getting no chance. It's gonna get his WrestleMania victory over a legend.
Yeah, he gonna win. And I mean, to me, this is one of those matches. It's just like
Probably a dream
I
for him as a wrestler. It's probably a dream for him.
like for me, I'm happy Gable gets a match, but I'm just upset that they've
I
literally
do
had
not know what
Gable.
The Rock is. Also a problem because it gets weird when you don't know The Rock took this man's soul and didn't show up no more.
So I'm just like, but the Gable then fought the LWO and Rey Mysterio and the crew for like 6 months, bro.
He had to go to
Like
Mexico and find the secret.
the only other people he's fought, I think, is the Wyatt Six. Like ever since he broke off from Otis and Maxine, he's literally only fought the LWO Mexican cartel, basically, and the Wyatt Six. Like, bro, I'm just like, and now you're going back against Rey Mysterio just as El Grande. What is even El Grande Americano for? Why
He
is it
been,
a thing? What is the purpose of it, bro? I just don't get it.
apparently he been losing to luchadors, and he had to go to Mexico and figure out how to beat him. And he
Beef him against other people, bro. Bro, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna be really real with y'all. El Grande Americano versus Rey Mysterio should not be the match. It should be Chad Gable versus Gunther for the championship. That's what should be your match. But unfortunately, because
last
WWE
year,
doesn't like,
unfortunately, it should have been last year, but we can't. But
but because unfortunately they don't want to schedule and put people together that can actually wrestle and actually have good stories and fights and all that, they just want to
Ray
put.
that'd be a great match. It's just Ray old.
We've seen it before. He's fought Chad Gable.
But has he fought him with a lucha mask?
He's gonna use the same moveset.
He's gonna take the mask off and reveal it's Chad Gable. We know
Yeah, somebody said something funny. It was like somebody was like, "Oh, he's gonna actually take the mask off and it's not gonna be Chad
It's
Gable." I
gonna be
said,
a
"Bro,
WrestleMania thing. We know how WrestleMania goes. So
yeah, this is gonna be one of them wacky ones. So just throw it there. Like at this point, who cares? But I do think Gable gets the win because there's no point in giving Rey Mysterio a win at this point.
yeah, Chad Gable deserves a WrestleMania win. And I'm pretty sure it's probably a dream of his to face Rey Mysterio at WrestleMania. I'm just,
So
especially
again,
for a shorter guy. Rey Mysterio is like the short guy hero. So
he's had his moment. So there you
yeah,
go.
so it'll be a great moment. It's a lesser moment that he should have got last year, as beating Gunther for the IC title, which he should have got. But
Yep.
at least he dared this time and got a main event. As Tori say, that is Chad Gable has still not got his WrestleMania moment because it's
Nope.
Grande Americano, which it
Whatever.
sells well. So people like a match. I don't know how I got on this card because they just started beefing. War Raiders versus the New Day.
Because they needed to fill it up with some tag team stuff they didn't feel like doing.
Where
Right.
you
Well,
at
we know,
with tag
bro.
team?
We'll get it. We'll get into it next week. I ain't worried about it because the New Day should like, bro. This should be the New Day defending against somebody else, not them winning it. But they
Raw
love
tag
to waste when
does
people are
stuff.
hyped. No, they should. This should be the New Day defending because, like I said, when the New Day were at their highest peak of dislike and hatred, like when they went up, when they betrayed Big E and everything, they should have got it in. But no, they WWE decided to waste it, and now their heel turn is, and then of course they've been beefing with the LWO again, all that kind of stuff. So now that they're heel and all their hype has been died down, now you put them in Mania. So now nobody really cares about the match, even though they're gonna win. And yeah, like you said, they just started beefing 2 weeks ago, but they're gonna win. This is gonna be the New Day, and they're gonna be tag champions.
I think they want to. They do. Trips does do this thing where he try to reward people at big shows, but it took too long to do. But that's the goal, to reward them at WrestleMania. And I'm like, you kind of cooled them off by trying to reward them late, but okay. Jade Cargill, find it. Saturday night has picked up. Jade Cargill versus Naomi.
Jay gonna win, and it's like we know Jay's gonna win, but I don't know. I don't know if she's gonna just squash her or if it's gonna be competitive, but she gonna definitely win.
Yeah,
So
but
it's pretty easy.
yes, I like this. And then Roman Reigns versus CM Punk versus Seth Rollins, which might be the hardest match to call. of,
I'm stuck between two. I'm stuck between two. The only thing I do know, Roman ain't winning. I know that. I pretty much got that set in my head. Roman's not winning.
because his mind,
I
the whole story, he shouldn't win because his whole story is he's thrown off because he don't have a wise man. So
Yeah, like all that. I mean, even before Paul Heyman became a thing, I really didn't think Roman was gonna win the match because I tend to think of matches like this and stuff like who has the most to gain from getting a victory. And I mean, in WWE and on the books as a businessman, all kinds of stuff. And for me, it's only two ways they can really go with this. You're either gonna go further with the CM Punk Paul Heyman thing and let
Which would
CM
lead to
Punk
him and
win. They
Roman
probably
Reigns. Oh yeah, lead to him and
yeah,
Roman Reigns.
they could use that and have that like him and Roman Reigns either beef or if Paul Heyman don't pick CM Punk and he still wins, CM Punk could use this to actually go for a title shot. Because they're gonna need people to go against on Raw. So like they'll need people to go against Jay and all that kind of stuff. He could do it. So CM Punk could go for a title shot afterwards, or if you want to reward people with their moments or for doing a good job, that would go to Seth because Seth has taken blow after blow, loss after loss. Not super bad, but he's been he's been being really unselfish over the course of this last year for the most part. And his whole thing of going crazy and all that kind of thing, you could give it to Seth, and Seth will probably be like I think the neutral way to win, like. I don't really believe Seth is just going to become a Paul Heyman guy like that because he don't need them. And even showing that you owe me a favor like that, it's still showing I'm using you. I don't need you. So the whole Heyman route don't make sense. For Seth is awesome on the mic. He don't need a manager. He'll need none of it. So I think you could give it to Seth if you didn't want him to get Heyman. Because I really don't think he's going to be a Heyman guy. So I'm stuck between those two. But my mind, I don't have Roman winning. If I really got to be forced to pick one, I'm gonna go with Punk because I think the whole Heyman angle hits the biggest if you let Punk win with Heyman. It would go the biggest with him. And then, like I said, if you want to do a Roman Reigns versus CM Punk match, maybe people
So
have been.
if Paul Heyman in the middle of the ring crying with CM Punk because he won his Mania main event, Roman Reigns is going 100% be pissy about that.
So if you go that route, then it'll be CM Punk. CM Punk will be the one, and I would I'm gonna go with CM Punk. I'm gonna stick with him, and I think the neutral winner is gonna be Seth Rollins.
I'm going with Seth Rollins.
Now I'm gonna go with CM Punk. I'm gonna say CM Punk takes it. They already gave him the main event. He gets. I'm gonna go CM Punk. I'm gonna go CM Punk. I think it's really close between him and Seth because I don't know which one takes it. But I'm gonna go both of them. I'm gonna go CM Punk.
Yeah, I'm going Seth Rollins. My man James, the Italian Stallion, says I can't stand Charlotte Flair or Tiffany Stratton. People like Tiffany, but I see what you say.
I do
Seth
understand.
Rollins is an
They both
okay wrestler.
allegedly like.
I think he's a really good wrestler. I like Seth Rollins wrestling. I don't like Lyra Valkyria. I understand. She a little bored. She can wrestle though. She can really wrestle. Her character just bland. That's a WWE thing. They gotta
Yeah,
work on that.
yeah. She just had no
And
story.
he picked CM Punk, which I can see. I can see. Like I agree. Only person I don't think will win is Roman.
Yeah, I just can't see Roman winning this. He don't have a reason to win. It don't really benefit him to win. So
Yeah. Like the man been in 10 WrestleMania main events. You don't have to win this.
I just don't know who he goes against after, depending on how you do this. If CM Punk wins because of Heyman, Roman's gonna want him. But it's hard to have him win in a way that makes him have to go one on one with Seth, which is what people want to. People really want that Seth Roman 1v1. And I don't know how you get it from this, but we'll see. Unless you make Seth the Paul Heyman guy, which to me is probably the most awkward way that you make this win. But we'll see.
Makes a deal with the devil, which would actually make somebody a heel in this, wouldn't it? But it'll be
Yeah, because technically there's no real heel. Like
Roman
the
is a
only one,
tweener.
the closest thing you have a heel right now is probably Seth, but nobody's really a heel. So it is a bit weird.
Roman is a tweener. He's like a selfish good guy now.
I mean, that's Seth. Seth is basically a selfish guy right now.
Technically,
And
CM Punk
CM
is
Punk is
also kind of a selfish good guy too.
CM Punk is probably the closest baby face you have right now, other than until he took Heyman. So now nobody's really a face, but nobody's a full heel, which is cool.
Next up, we got the Sunday card, which I feel is a lot better wrestling wise. James Italian said John Cena is going to win. We'll talk about that in a minute. But James, I kind of agree with you. But we'll talk about that when I get there. Bailey and Lyra Valkyrie versus Liv and Raquel. Of course, it's Liv and Raquel, and Bailey's going to turn heel.
Yeah, we already know how it goes. Next,
Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre has to win this.
bro, if they let Drew lose this to feed Damien, oh dear God Almighty. Oh boy.
I don't
If
think
you
Damian
want a
Priest is on
rage moment,
November, so I don't know why he need.
ooh, if you want an after Mania rage moment, boy, let Drew lose that match. Oh my gosh. You gonna hear me rage.
Listen, I think we both agree Drew got to win it. I think he will. He's a Rock guy too,
Definitely.
so Drew's a very much a Rock type guy, so I think he's gonna win it. Which the other thing that might rage you, Murray, if Penn Balor takes the pin, if they hit him back to back on either
Okay,
one.
I'm okay. I'm gonna be this match. I've seen going three different ways. Three. Like I've
So
seen my, my initial thought process was Braun retaining, but people are like, Braun are going to the main event card thing. To me, I don't see that happening because Braun's not a heel. Most right now, he's a face. He's an angry face. Well, he's more or less a baby face person right now. He's not really a
I don't even
heel.
know what
So
Brown is.
if you
Brown
have
just
Jay
spears
win,
people. He just
so
spears
if you
left.
have But no, so if you have Jay Uso win, like we think is going, like I think is going to happen, he can't go against Braun because
Yeah, we
Braun's not a
just had
heel.
that beef, but right before Gunther. We just
Hmm.
rehashed your beefs. I said Brown and Jay was right before Gunther.
But yeah, but I mean, they had their little short stick. I took your IC title as a donation, and then you gave it right back 3 weeks later. So like, it's not really one, like you said, they just had their beef before Gunther, so it's not even original. And then two, he's not a heel, so it don't really make much sense to do it for a main title thing because you always want baby faces versus heels and stuff. Like it just doesn't make sense for me to do that. So for me, I think Braun retains. Now other people have thrown the thing out there like the whole beef between Finn and Dom, and I get it, but like to me, Dom's not ready for a single title. He's not. They haven't made built his character as a leader type character to have any kind of singles title or be taken any kind of sensual or respectfully or seriously. Especially because they've been throwing the whole, we're going to get a new person in the Judgment Day, which we've seen is like not Aleister Black. We've seen him talking to somebody on the side a couple of times. So it just doesn't make sense for me, for Dom to get it. And I've even seen people say, "Oh, Dom wins it by pinning Finn," and I'm like, that would just be rotten because then he gonna kick Finn out anyway. Because they making it seem like Finn would betray them. It's like no, like Finn is upset, but Dom and the rest of it, like Liv been wanting Dom to be leader and to kick out Finn for the longest. We've seen that already. So it wouldn't be Finn turning heel to betray them because he's just
Dom
gonna
in
get
the
defeated.
match. She helped get
Now that
Dom.
don't make sense for Finn to beat on them or for Finn to betray them but get beaten. Like he be the heel but he lose. No, so most likely it's gonna be Dom kicking him out from being pushed by Liv and all the other comments. But if you want my winner for this, I'm gonna go with what I felt from the beginning is that Braun retains. I'm gonna go with that. I'm gonna think he might retain because something happens between Finn and Dominic to where they screw each other up, and one of them takes the pin. I'm just gonna pray it's not Finn Balor. Please don't let Finn get a pin at WrestleMania. Please
Penn
no. If
Balor.
you're gonna lose, just don't let it be part of it.
Penn Balor got to get pinned.
I hate you.
But I actually have Finn, Penn, and Dominic. That's my prediction for this match.
I'll take that too.
Which
Just
set it up
I
maybe
got
in
Braun
AJ
retaining.
being the same way. I hate it because it's similar to the way Damian Priest got kicked out, but win the belt.
I
You
mean,
don't
but
want
they basically rehashing it. Throwing Discord and then just going over again. Well, I would love it because I love Finn to get a win, but we'll see.
he deserves a Mania win too. I don't know what is his record at Mania. He deserves a
Who
Mania win.
knows at this point? All I know, he lost the last one against Edge on some stupid Vince stuff.
Next up, we have Logan Paul versus AJ Styles, a feud that Karrion Cross has been carrying by himself. Apparently, he's not even in the match.
Yeah. It
I
felt
don't
like they couldn't decide whether they wanted AJ Styles to go against Logan Paul or Braun Breaker because they teased both. And I guess they just decided, like, okay, screw it, we'll just have him go against AJ Styles. I mean, Logan Paul, which I'm gonna say Logan wins because I think AJ is not really long for WWE after this year. So I'm gonna say he just puts people over. So I'm going Logan Paul.
I'm saying AJ win because he's not long now. Logan Paul gonna have a long career. Logan Paul is like in his, is he just have he turned 30 yet? You know what I'm saying?
I don't think so.
No, I'm saying Logan Paul has a long career in WWE, so I have AJ Styles winning this match. But I think it's gonna be a good showing for Logan Paul. He just turned 30 10 days ago. So he got at least
Okay. Well, he had a
10.
long career, but he's also not like he's not a full time wrestler really. Like, he don't be on that much. Like, this is the most wrestling he's done in a year basically.
Yeah, I
But yeah,
think
let's keep going.
he's
We got
more
the hard
active
ones.
now than he was before because his new contract and he wants to do wrestling more full time. Unfortunately, he has
I'm
business.
down for it.
Unfortunately, he does have business engagement, so he can't be there every week. But he's there a lot more than he was last year. Last year, he showed up with the
Yeah.
United States title like 3 times in the whole time.
My God. Oh, let's not go back to that.
Shout out to Twin. Twin is here. I missed y'all too. A lot of work to do today. Shout out to Twin. My guy James said, "Why did WWE put Night 2 on WrestleMania on Easter Sunday?" That was interesting to me too. I did wonder that.
Because they don't care about the holidays.
And plus, it's probably easier because you don't have to go to work Monday. So for most people, so actually probably is a great day for people to go to Vegas.
Lucky them. Lucky them.
Ticket prices is outrageous, so they had to put it on a holiday that you ain't got to go to work next day because you're gonna be sad. I guess I missed you too, Twin. But next up, we got Io Sky, Bianca Belair, and Rhea Ripley.
I got EO retaining.
Bianca to keep her streak going.
I got EO retaining straight up.
I think Bianca got to get a streak going. She's like on a 3-0 streak in the start. But let's go over some more stuff that James said because I don't want to skip over his comment. He said he loved Julia. I love Julia too. Raquel, he said he's a Texan. Shout out to Texas, as you know. Shout out to Texas. He likes Booker T. He's a Paul Heyman guy. He got AJ Styles, as well as John Cena, who I also think will win this belt, Murray.
Well, oh wait, we made it to John Cena, or we just skip EO then?
Yeah, you said that. So I didn't know if you want to.
Oh, okay, bet.
I
No
didn't know if you
problem.
want to break it down more. So you said you had EO. I said I had Bianca. Rhea, the only one I don't think win because
Yeah,
that would
Rhea
make
has
people
no
hate
business
Rhea.
winning this.
I think Rhea that will make people hate Rhea more because people are starting to get that sentiment that she just gets what she wants and does what she wants, and there's no like
But
recourse to it.
let's go with the final one. Look. I have wanted Cena to win this from the beginning, but the way they keep booking this makes me feel like they're gonna have Cody retain. And I promise you, I'm throwing all of Mania away if they do that. I'm gonna be fair to y'all. The only reason why I'm having second thoughts is because they keep on saying that Cena's going to retire and leave with that belt if he wins. And we all know, and I mean everybody watching this, you all know they're not gonna let Cena pull a CM Punk and walk out with the dang title. They're not gonna do that. We all know they're not doing that because if Cena wins, he's gonna finish his farewell tour and all that kind of stuff for this year. So he's not gonna do that. So because he keeps mentioning that he's gonna do that, and that's what they're building the story around, it makes me feel like they can't let him win. So if that happens, that means Cody retains, which I'm going to be upset. So I want Cena to win. I do want Cena to win. But if you ask me who I think is going to win, based on how they're booking this with Cena walking away with the title, I'm gonna go against my heart and I'm gonna say Cody retains it. And I'm gonna hate that. But it's only because of how WWE is pushing this. Cena's gonna walk away with this belt, knowing that they're not gonna let him do that. So unless something changes next Friday and what he says, if he says again, I'm gonna win WrestleMania and I'm gonna retire and I'm gonna leave with that belt, I know he's not gonna win. And I'm gonna hate that. We're gonna see.
I want him to make it clear that when he says he's going to leave, he's leaving at the end of the year, like he said he would, because he said he does want to do Royal Rumble. He still wants to do all them. So I mean, not Royal Rumble, SummerSlam. He wants to go on tour in Mexico and all that stuff. So he just make that clear. But then it'd be a race to get the belt off of him before he retire.
Like, that's what I want. I want that kind of stuff, but that's not what they're saying. They keep making Cena say, I'm going to leave. If they would have been like, if it had been like, I'm going to leave, I'm going to win, and I'm going to leave in December with the belt, and nobody's going to beat me leading up to that, I know for a fact he's going to win. But because he's solely saying, I'm going to take that belt, and I'm going to win, and I'm gonna walk out of Mania and I'm gonna retire and take that mug home with me, then that's literally them putting it on a silver platter that man can't win that belt on WrestleMania night. And that's so dumb. Like, obviously he should win for multiple reasons. One, Cody shouldn't retain that title longer than a year. Cena has way more hype going with him to win the belt. You have an easy storyline of people, like you said, racing to get the belt off of him showing dominance and all that kind of stuff, him being a heel, having a faction, all that stuff.
I don't
Doing
mind
all of
Cody
that
getting the
makes
belt
so
back
much
off
sense.
of him. I don't mind Cody getting the belt back off of him.
I mean, yeah, I wouldn't even be mad at Cody. I'm gonna be fair.
The whole
I don't
story,
care
him getting
who
disappointed
gets.
that he let the
Well,
world down and Cena's gonna take the belt away and he has to get it back at all costs. I don't mind that stuff.
yeah, like I honestly think that would be fine. Just I don't care. I'm gonna be fair. Other than like a few people, like of course, like some Jey Uso kind of BS. I don't care who would take the belt from him. But that's just he needs to win this at Mania. He needs to win. But the way they're saying it and yapping about it makes me feel like he's not gonna win. And that's what's irritating me. Like, no longer everybody wrong. I want Cena to win. I am heel Cena all day. But the way they booking it makes me feel like they're gonna have Cody retain. And let's be fair, this is not the first time that WWE has had an obvious outcome in front of them and they swerved from it. Need I remind you of what they did when Roman beat Cody the first time at WrestleMania 39 when he shouldn't have won. So what would make it a first where someone leads with the belt, though, make it for good TV? It's not the first time they've done that because back in, I think, what was it, 2013, when they've actually done it a couple of times. They back in like 2013, I think, when CM Punk had the whole pipe bomb thing and he retired and walked out of WWE with the belt, he did that. He literally won that night and walked straight out, like supposedly. So they've done that once, and then they've also done it again.
Actually retired non-storyline wise and just retired and walked out. That would be crazy. Like, we don't have a champ.
And I think he's done it again because RVD for ECW also won the belt from him, and they made it into an ECW thing or whatever and left with it too. So they've done it more than once. So like I say, it's not crazy.
Nobody has actually retired though.
Like the way they saying it, like Cena's gonna actually retire. Like, unless Cena just goes back on his word and be like, I said I was gonna retire, but nah, I'm gonna show this mug off for the rest of the year or something like that. Like if they do that, it'd be a little disingenuous, but cool. But that's about all I got.
Yeah, I think night 2 look, Monte, do you agree night 2 look way better than night 1?
Absolutely. Night 2 got all like the real good solid matches that gonna actually have some thought process and some hype behind them. Night 1 just got all the filler that you can pretty much guess who can win every match and all that kind of bull crap. So it's like, hey, let's get night 1 out the way so we can get to night 2. Like, it basically WrestleMania starts with the main event of WrestleMania night 1. That's when Mania actually starts.
Like, if you want me to pay my money, I'm like, night 1. Unless I'm a big Roman Reigns or CM Punk or Seth Rollins fan, I'm not paying for night 1. I'll go night 2. I think night 2 actually almost sold out. Night 1 is like 10,000 away. I think people kind of see the card now, like, oh, these tickets are expensive. These tickets are expensive. But that is the wrestling portion. This is our 10-year anniversary right now. So I do want to do one thing before we get off. Is I would probably do something else tomorrow. Twin says she thinks what if he actually retires. Would that be a first? Yeah, I think there'll be a first if somebody actually just leave and then they don't have a belt no more. That'll be a first. But in honor of 10 years on the platform, as y'all can see right there, April 9th, 2015. Shout out to Kid Credit Pledge.
Oh, wow.
I think it was like a 40 minutes apart, man. That's insane. Both our boys had it. Our boys had a baby on the same day, like 40 minutes apart. I have to confirm though. I haven't confirmed Cam's child. I just saw it on Facebook when he announced it. They don't know about my struggle. Yeah. I don't know about 10 years. So this is the first video ever on this channel. April 9th, 2015. So tomorrow we'll do a show and go over some of my best moments and all that over the years shit and all that. Probably. They can make sense also tomorrow. I'm talking over because it's also copyright.
Oh wow, not the copyright. We apologize.
This is awesome. I was trying to be plugged. Let's use commercial use. The first song ever on this channel, Monterey. I didn't tell you, I'm bald.
What a decade.
What a decade. By the way, tomorrow I will show some of the best highlights, the best moments, and all that stuff. It won't be in a short form. It'll be just like this, and it's just be a pure moment. But they can make this dumb podcast this tomorrow, 5, 6, 7, 6 Eastern. Nigga, just face it, I gotta make it. Couldn't take a step up in my shoes, that's all I know. So we're doing a show tomorrow. I don't know if it'll be before or after. Look for the post, I'll make a post about it. I'll probably on it. Everybody from the channel. But Monterey, you hear what I said? Cam and West had a baby the same day I think 40 minutes apart. I gotta confirm it.
I can barely understand what you said, but okay.
I said Cam and West had a baby the same day, I think 40 minutes apart. I have to confirm with Cam.
Insane.
I have to confirm with Cam, but they both had their child Monday. Both of them. I know they had a baby
He
Monday.
did let me know. That is crazy.
And I think it was 40 minutes apart. I know when West's son was born. Cam, I just went off to Facebook. But I think it was 40 minutes apart.
Yeah, it's something like that. He missed me. I have to look at the message and see what day. But I know it is Monday though. He missed me.
Yeah,
Monday.
they both had their babies on Monday. So 2 friends we knew.
Shout out to the new life.
Had sons. Almost identical times.
No. Cam got a daughter.
Oh, Cam had a daughter? Well, daughter and son exactly on the same day. That is
the new life.
That is insane. Shout out to Struggling Pain. Our boy D-Lou, and our boy KCP, Kid Credit Player, aka West, co-owner of Overall 99 Media Entertainment, but he co-owner both of them with me. So best friend and everything. So shout out to him. I'll see if he got the bandwidth to show up tomorrow for the show for the 10 year. Because having a little baby is I'm saying, I don't know if he might not be getting sleep, so I don't know. I know he off work for a little bit, so shout out to that. But it has been 10 years.
Our prayers and power to
like I said, I don't know if it will be before or after Make It Make Sense the podcast. I don't know which one it'll be. I will let you know in the post. We will go over some of the biggest videos we had, look at them, all that stuff, how the channel changed over the years, talk about it, all that stuff. I'm going to invite Monterey, Unico, everybody been a part of it. It's going to be last minute because I did not realize it's been 10 years until YouTube told me like that night. But I do remember this song coming out April 9th. So first time that we made the channel and put the video right out. It ended up, how many views this one actually got over time? This one got 2.6K views. The actual music video, the first one I put out, which is still up, but it got hit with a copyright, so I took it down and put it out and took a part out of it. Had like 28,000 or something. They did love that music video. But Murray, that's all I got. What can they find you?
Oh yeah, it's your boy Monterey Hudson. Everywhere it says Monterey Hudson. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Threads, as it still exists, and of course on Make It Make Sense, the podcast on Saturdays. We will be here. We will be ready. Let's get it.
Let's get it. So look out for them. It'll be here. It'll be live, but then I'll unlist it and put it on the Casual Conversation channel after it's live here because some reason StreamYard does not.
Yeah, you just got to go add that channel to the StreamYard.
Doesn't add that channel. If you add that channel, it'll take you straight to Keeping 99. It'll add any other channel but that channel. I don't know what it is because I've been trying 3 days. I tried to do it on your show when I was doing. That's why I kept going in and out. And it refused. It just took me to this channel. So I was like, it'll just be live here. I unlist it, put it on the Casual Conversation channel. So there you'll see unlive versions of Make It Make Sense on that channel. I dropped 2 reviews today, Power and Happy Face. So both of those reviews came out today. If y'all interested in those shows. Tomorrow, like I said, Make It Make Sense, the podcast, and the 10-year anniversary special. I don't know what I'm doing. Might ask Bree to come back. Might ask some other streamers and other friends who've been over the years to come on if they want to come on. I would ask Liz, Pink Soccer, but she's in Japan right now, so I can't ask my little sis to be on, but Mina might can show up. We'll see. Just invite people, come on, have fun. And I know we talking long, but before you leave, and you say, I'm not going to subscribe, you not leave. Okay.
No, you're not. Yeah, no, you're not.
You're not leaving here without that. Murray, I forgot they forgot the question, Murray. You know what you remember what that question was?
I do not know.
They still asking them questions. One day they'll know. One day they'll know. We out. I appreciate y'all.
Oh.
Peace.
Monterey's always got something to say. Casting looks, throwing shade every single day. He's got opinions, but he's missing the proof. Judgment on lock, but never spitting the truth. Keep it 99, no time for lies. We're living big while they criticize. Stay in your lane, don't cross my vine. They want 100, but I'll keep it 99. Zelmay runs the game, she's the CEO. Breaking barriers while hosting the show. She's got the power, got the name in lights. Commanding the room, shutting down the fights. Keep it 99, no time for lies. We're living big while they criticize. Stay in your lane, don't cross my vine. They want 100, but I'll keep it 99. Monterey's always got so win to see. Goskin looks throwing shade every single day. He's got opinions, but he's missing the proof. Judgment, fall, heckle. Keep it 99, no time for lies. We're living big while they criticize. Stay in your lane, don't cross my vine. They want 100, but I'll keep it 99. Unique, pulling up with the news and tea. Gossip on blast for the world to see. Spotting secrets like a hawk in flight. Dropping stories that'll keep us up all night. Monterey, fix the tone, you're too uptight. Zelmay's boss moves, always taking flight. Unico's got receipts, he's ready to share. Keep it 99.